hello to you too. Merry Christmas. And when the new year comes, 2023, I'll be coming to Kauai on January 7th, a Saturday, all-day workshop, a storytelling boot camp. Why would you want to join that? Well, because if you wanted to hear stories and cut out 3,000 mistakes that every beginner makes all the time, you might want to come. Why would you want to come and listen to Mr. Jeff Gere? Well, because I've done more of it than most people on the planet. For 30 years, I was the drama specialist for the City and County of Honolulu's Department of Parks and Recreation. And in that 30 years, I developed a system called the Tell Well Storytelling System, which would entice and allure reticent recreation professionals who went to drama classes like, I gotta. It would tempt them, it would tease them, it would get them to do little steps building towards a successful experience telling stories. I just finished a 13-week session doing storytelling with the University of Hawaii Manoa students. Each class was 3 hours. So our 8 hours of intensive boot camp training is going to go by like this. Fast, quick, and fun. It's fun and it's social. You'll learn from each other over a grid which covers easy things, but you just don't think about them when you're trying to start out. What kind of things would that be, Jeff? Well, let me see. I made all these little drawings. If you have a story, you need a hook to hang it on. Stories come from many places, your own life experience, from books, from fables, from how many of you have ever fallen off your chairs from laughing so hard? How many of you know somebody who's a little bit crazy? How many of you have ever been hurt emotionally or physically? How many of you ever fell off a skateboard? How many of you ever played a trick on somebody? How many of you did something you're ashamed of? That's a story. Every story begins with a triangle. Who is doing what, where? You got to get that clear, or the storytelling doesn't all start clearly, and we're going, as a listener, huh? What's going on? Then there's a problem, it's solved, that leads to another problem, which leads to another solve, and pretty at the end of it, you tie it off with a bow, a meaning, a reason for why I should care about this story. Why was I listening to that anyway? Now, you're the teller, but you're also watching yourself tell the story, looking down over what's going on between you and the listeners. Kind of fun, huh? We'll get into all that. We'll be exploring a lot of the wheel, the storytelling wheel. In the center of the wheel is the reverie that story puts you under. Here's an idea. I've got a picture in my mind. You can say that. I've got a picture in my mind. I find the words to tell the picture. Words go through the air just like this into ears like these. And behind my eyes where I do dream, the words go in and make pictures again. When the words go in and make pictures again, my heart changes shapes and colors. My muscles itch. My body does twitch. And inside of me, I can see all the things the story would have me be. That's the magic. That's the magic of story time. You've got a picture in your mind. You find the words to tell the picture. No one can do that for you. You have to find it. So it's a matter of shaping coal on your tongue, refining it, making it into a little jewel, a diamond. That's what we're going to be doing together. Imagine it with me, won't you? When we listen to a story and the words go in and make pictures again, we are seeing with the eye behind the eye, the one that we dream with. We are in a room, someone's telling a story, but actually the story takes us to another place because of the function of imagination and the hindsight, the imaging, the story thing. When the story imaging faculty, the eyes behind the eyes, start to see the story, we're in a semi-conscious state of dreaming. We're here, but we're not here. That's the function of the storyteller, to take the audience away. That's what they want. This is not regular time. This is story time. Story time isn't like regular kind of time. It's another kind of time. And that's the time that we go into when we tell story time. And when we fall into that zone, the eyes slack, the jaw falls open, and the audience looks like this. And it's quiet. You can hear the babies in the back of the auditorium gurgling because 700 people are under the spell of the story all together. It's a reverie. It's a seance. It's a communion. We call that the awe. Ah. Many spokes, many facilities, many techniques can help enhance that. And that's what we're going to train you to get better at. Voice modulation, of course, is one. Characters, body movement, sound effects, not just words. There's a lot more involved in it. And we'll be going into all those spokes one by one and playing with them so that your heightened awareness will give you the techniques that can make stories mesmerizing, captivating. Well, there's a quick hello from Mr. Jeff Gere here in Oahu, who's coming to Kauai on January 7th to do the boot camp. I do hope you'll join me. Why don't you give it to someone you like for a Christmas present? See you then. Aloha. Aloha.